Hello, good afternoon, everyone. And my name is Keshi Tsultum. I am resident teacher, Chinese Institute. And tonight we have very, very special, wonderful, and friend came here. He came here for Lama Zopa Rinpoche and Chinese Institute and Chinese Institute project New Gomba. And my friend name is Mr. Hup Cheng La. He is an Amithaba Buddhism Center at Singapore. And Hup Cheng La, 35 years Amithaba Buddhism Center's director. He never changed. And Hup Cheng La, thank you so much. And come here. Can you speak?
Thank you. Thank you, Geshe-la, for a wonderful introduction. And good evening, all our my dear Dharma brothers and sisters here at Chinese Institute. I'm Hup Cheng from Director Amithaba Buddhist Center. Yeah. Thank you very much for inviting me, Calvin, to be here. This is my first trip to Chinese Institute. After all the years I've heard of Chinese, but I've never made it here. So because of the invitation, thank you for the opportunity really to come here. Yeah, and to be able to contribute and share, yeah, with everybody here. So just tonight's talk, I would like to share with everybody here is my journey of gratitude with Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. For the last 35 years, he's actually guided me and shaped really the future and outcome of ABC. Yeah, and I've been really sort of privileged to have that opportunity to serve Lama Zopa Rinpoche and all the years, yeah, and transform ABC to what it was to what it is today. So I'd just like to share this story with everybody that we owe everything and all to our dear Guru Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Rinpoche is my life, my breath, my everything. Without Rinpoche, I think I wouldn't even be here today. So we owe a deep sense of gratitude with our Guru Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And very sadly, he's not with us now. He'll be greatly missed. But I think we still cherish Lama Zopa very much in our hearts, yeah? Because of Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, that we're all connected today, yeah? I'm in Singapore, you're here in Australia, yeah? And so many other Dharma centers around the world, that we are all connected because we're all paws of our Guru. And I'm really, yeah, privileged, happy that we have this opportunity here to share and to interact with each other. So without much ado, I'd just like to share that. This is our dear Guru, Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, ever joking and smiling all the way, yeah, laughing, yeah, with tears rolling down his eyes. And that was taken just last year when he was in Singapore. That's our dear Dharma brother, Mr. Dennis Lau, which is a story to share, which I will share with everybody. Let's move along. This was Amithaba Buddhist Center as it is today. Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche founded ABC personally on his own side in 1986. He shared with me that during one retreat in Kopan, after he finished a retreat, he had this compelling thought, must go to Singapore. He said, like vomiting, must go to Singapore. So he took the first flight out from Kathmandu and landed in Singapore. He hardly knew anybody in Singapore at that time. We had a very good Buddhist friend, Mr. Lee, yeah, which he met at the Buddhist conference. And Mr. Lee agreed to help Lama Zopa Rinpoche establish a Dharma center in Singapore. He even agreed to sponsor the working pass, working permit for Venerable Dieter, which is now in Aryatara Center in Munich. He was a monk at that time. Rinpoche sent to Singapore to teach. There's no place. So Mr. Lee was the president of a local Chinese minor temple, and he invited Dieter to stay at his premises, provided food, and sponsored his work pass. And then Dieter would go and teach in some borrowed premises. Yeah, and that was how the group of students came about. They were attracted to studying Dharma, and then slowly that group grew. It was a very, very humble beginning. No premises, nothing at all, borrowed premises. Yeah, and then things started to get better. Then Lama Zopa sent a Venerable Thupten children, which came. She now has her own center in Sarasvati Abbey in America. And she's one of the early pioneer teachers, and she was followed by Venerable Sangye Kadro, which I'm sure all of you know of her. Sangye Kadro stayed 11 years, was really instrumental in establishing a core group of Dharma students, teaching the Lamrim, and really that helped the group to grow. In ABC, we actually have a variety of programs at all FPMT centers. Then Lama Zopa Rinpoche sent Ken Rinpoche Geshe Choni, a resident teacher, who is with us now for the last 24 years. He's a Geshe Larampa, he's now the abbot of Kopan Monastery as well. He's also the FPMT board member. And he was actually a very humble young Geshe when he first came to Singapore in 1997. And now he has really become quite a well-established member of our Buddhist community, especially in the FPMT. This is his Buddhist basic studies program. He has conducted that 2 times at ABC in Agompa. And with each class, in the last 5 years, we actually have a very good attendance. There's at least about 80 students that sign up. Yeah, when the class starts. Oh, we also actually run a childcare center. We call it ABC Children's Place. It's a community project we started in 1997. We're running for 26 years now. It's run commercially. It has own premises, owns principal, staff, yeah, cooks, and it's run off-site of the center. And yeah, we've been running the center for around 26 years. On the 24th of November, we had the 26th graduation concert for these kiddies. We have preschool kiddies from 18 months old to 5 years old. We actually now have 102 kids. We have 11 babies as well. I'm not a family man, but somehow connected looking at the kids and babies. So I employ a lady to look after it. So that again was a blessing and opportunity we had to run this. Yeah, it's run as a separate profit center. Yeah, so that is one service we provide to working mothers in the Singapore housing estates. So the mothers leave the kids at 7:30, they go off to work, and then in the evening at 6:30, they come and collect the kids. So it's really a much needed service by all the working mothers in Singapore. We also run a hospice group. We have a befriending service to sick and dying in Singapore that's headed by this lady, Yok Hua. Now, we've been doing animal liberation for a very long time under the advice of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And to date, 150 million animals have been liberated. And to increase the volume, we buy these cockles by the tons from the supplier. We load them on a boat, goes out to the Singapore, the Johor Straits. We just drop them into the ocean. And this is a practice that has been very well supported for so many years now. And the number of animals been liberated, it's actually been increasing all the time. There's something we enjoy doing and the members enjoy doing. Yeah. Okay, ABC also supports the translation of sutras. The most recent one we sponsored was the Great Liberation Sutra. I'd like to share this very, very special sutra with everybody. This sutra has its history in India in Sanskrit. It went from the Silk Route from India during the Tang Dynasty to China in Xi'an. Was translated from Sanskrit into Chinese. And it stayed in the Chinese language for quite a few hundred years. Then the Tibetans got hold of the Chinese text and translated from Chinese into Tibetan. And it stayed in the Tibetan language for over 1,000 years. And our guru, Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, really wanted this sutra to be translated to English. It's actually called the Mahaparinibbana Sutra in Sanskrit. Yeah, it's quite famous. Yeah. But that time, we had this opportunity to sponsor the translation of this sutra through the FPMT Education Department. I didn't know what it was. It was just a request, would ABC sponsor? So we discussed at the committee level and we agreed to sponsor it. It cost us $30,000. So we gave the money, and it took 3.5 years before this sutra actually came out. It came out in July this year. So when I read that sutra, I was really awed, by the contents of this sutra. I would like, because Kelvin, if you can share with all the members here, it's really an awesome sutra. The words spoken by the Buddha himself. They say in this sutra, whoever reads this sutra will have really created the causes to become a fully enlightened being. And there's, no matter what heavy karma you create, like even the most 5 heinous actions, killing father, killing mother, shedding the blood of the Buddha, causing schism in the Sangha, those heavy duty karma results in instant hell rebirth when you die. Even that kind of karma can be purified if you read the Great Liberation Sutra. So I hope you all can get a copy from Kelvin, a soft copy, read it, and purify, and really creates a cause to be enlightened. And this is really one of the most joyous things we ever did at ABC, was to sponsor this sutra that has now gone around the whole world. And many of our Dharma centers in Italy, Spain have also got this, and they will also be translated into their own language as well. So this is really a very, very precious text, which I'd like to share with you tonight, that you can also come into contact with the sutra and really create a cause to be enlightened. Now, the other holy objects, the ABC, this is our 1,000-arm Chenrezig. When the new temple was to be built, Lama Zopa Rinpoche specifically advised me, please construct a 1,000-arm Chenrezig as your main image in the Gompa, and 21 charas as well. The temple was completed in 2007. It was not until 2012 that we finally decided that this 1,000-arm Chenrezig was to be the right Chenrezig for Singapore ABC. Lama Zopa Rinpoche specifically go and ask Denise and Peter Griffin. Have you know these two English artists? They live in France. They are really master statue makers. The English people, they have served and worked with Lama Zopa Rinpoche, I believe, for the last 20 years, making all the satsas you see here. The Chenrezig satsa originally actually was crafted by Peter Griffin. He made the masters, and from there the molds were made, and then you can buy them and make your own satsa. So Peter started on this statue and Denise in 2012. He completed in 2018. It was sent to Singapore. He spent 6 months in Singapore assembling all that 1,000 hands, and 11 heads. This form was only fully completed in 2019. When it was first completed, it was not so stunningly beautiful. But when this statue was being made, a lot of miraculous things really happened. Maybe I can share them with you. It's truly amazing 1,000-arm Chenrezig, how this statue even manifested, in ABC on the southern continent. All the conditions really came together that allowed us to do this 1,000-arm Chenrezig. Peter and Denise Griffith were the most qualified artists to do the statue, and the style they did it is quite exquisite. It's very fine, very delicate. And besides the artistry, this statue has a lot of very precious jewels. That crown you see is solid 4.5 kilograms of gold. We just blasted email out to everybody and said, whatever you can afford, 1 gram, 5 gram, just buy the gold, bring it to the center, we'll collect it, we'll melt it down and cast the gold crown. So when we blasted the image, we didn't realize, it went viral, literally went viral. So 4.5 kilograms of gold actually landed in the office in ABC. One guy brought a chocolate Cadbury bar, 1 kilogram gold bar. So here it is. So we got all the gold, and Peter very cleverly crafted that crown using his computer-aided design, all that filigree work. So he designed it. Now, how to make it? As luck would have it, I met a Mr. Francis Fu, a very dear Dharma friend, who is actually a goldsmith. He runs a goldsmith shop. He has a factory a foundry that melts gold and makes its own jewelry. So I asked Mr. Fu, would you kindly help me melt my gold and cast the gold crown for us? He said, sure, no problem. So that was a relief. But unfortunately, 2 months into the job, that goldsmith he employed resigned. So I was stuck. So the gold was all collected, the wax pieces were made, but nobody to melt it. So Peter went back to France, and a stroke of good luck, Juan, an old student Lama Yeshe, living in Institute Vajravini, around that area, was a goldsmith, a retired goldsmith. So I said, please come to Singapore and help us melt the gold. So he came, and he melted all the gold, casted it in 2 weeks. So the gold crown was done. And he stitched it all together, yeah? And then when we were looking for turquoises and the corals, somebody, I heard of somebody, Pedro, Italian guy, a Dharma student living in Delhi. He said, I know your Chenrezig statue, I will help you. So he made contact with jewelers like in Milan. And we just, gave him the list of sizes of stones you want. He cut it flat and polished it, and all the stones arrived in Singapore. Those stones cost us $48,000. So, but that time when the gold appeal was being made, I just casually texted a Dharma friend. He's a very devoted to Kuan Yin, the Chinese Kuan Yin, and he's quite a well-to-do man. I said, sir, we are installing a Talan Chenrezig gold crown, whatever you can afford. Please just contribute what you can. Don't worry, I'm going to send you a check for $50,000. Yeah, and the $50,000 came. I went to the secretary, said, contact my secretary, the check is ready for you. So the $50,000 paid for the turquoises, and the coral was $48,000. And things actually gathered momentum, the merit, and so forth. And then you see the third eye of the Talan Chenrezig. It's a 5.2 carat G-grade diamond. We wanted to offer maybe at the most budget 30,000, but the money kept growing and growing and growing, that eventually 110,000 was collected. So we managed to purchase the biggest pear-shaped diamond we could, not the highest clarity, but big enough so people could see it. While the diamond was being bought, the money being collected, one ABC member came up to me and offered me a packet of diamonds. She said, I have no need for these diamonds. My mother died 20 years ago, leaving these diamonds to me. She loved diamonds when she was alive. She collected them. I will never wear them. Would you like to please have them for your Chenrezig statue? There was about 88 diamonds in that package. Those 11, 1.5 carats, we put it on the 11 heads of Chenrezig. And the small half-carat clusters we made into a cluster around the headband of Chenrezig. I don't know how it happened, but it actually happened. So this is the power of holy objects, yeah, especially Talan Chenrezig. When you have a project like this, each time you start, so in the beginning, it looks quite formidable. You don't know really how it's going to do it, yeah? You just do it. This is my experience. When Lama Zopa Rinpoche gives me an advice, I really just do it. You know, our human mind, we always have 1,001 reason not to do something, correct? Always, yeah? But I think you have the courage and the faith in your guru. You just do it. Somehow that project will gather momentum. People will come and support you. The artists will come. The goldsmith will come. The money will come. The gold will come. Before you know it, boom, it's completed. So that's my experience with Lama Zopa Rinpoche. I've never ever doubted. Whenever he asked me to do something, I would just plunge into it. Because I know if I think too hard about it, it will get done. Next. After the Chenrezig statue was completed, we had to do the 21 taras, yeah? And that took some time. This time, we went to Kathmandu, Patan, and we ordered these 21 statues of 24-inch high for our Gompa. Rinpoche was very specific. He wanted us to make a replica of the set in his room in Kupan. But unfortunately, when we approached the artist, he had passed away. So eventually, we find another Nepali artist who did this set for us, gold-plated and shipped to Singapore. And these lotuses, which the Tara sits on, and the auras, are made by Peter Griffin again. Now, this was a bit delicate because this wall was actually strengthened during the construction time to make it extra thick with steel girders so it could take the weight of the 21 Tara. So this was all planned beforehand, yeah? And you see he did the lotuses first, and he was very clever. The lotus had a hollow backing, so you could just sleeve the two rods that actually supports the Tara to sit on. And the aura, he did it by computer, yeah? And it was made of polyurethane resin, and then sent to Singapore, and we gold leafed in by one of our members. And once the auras went up, it really looked magnificent. Can I share with you a story, the miracle that happened the day the aura went up on the altar? Kyabje Lama had consecrated the auras that morning, and the afternoon, all the Kopan monks came, we were putting it up. As we finished putting it up, in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock, the office staff went to the mailbox, opened the mailbox. Would you believe somebody had sent us $100,000 check? Another miracle. Yeah, so strange things like that happen, but they do happen. Well, this is our next step to bring the altar to another phase. By the 31st of January, the altar would be painted blue, and the two columns you see before, yeah, which were white, yeah, they will be decorated in the traditional Tibetan manner with decorative motifs. It will be done by Peter Griffin, and all the moldings for the supports will all be done in front and shipped to Singapore, and then they'll be installed. So the Gompa pillars will look like really a very traditional Tibetan style Gompa with pillars. Again, thanks to Peter, who has the artistry to do this sort of work. We also celebrate Vesak Day in a big way in Singapore every year. It's a public holiday in Singapore, and it's our tradition to celebrate the Buddhist holiday. Everybody comes with a huge tentage, and at least about 5,000 people will come in over the 3 days. And this is just one assembly. I don't know, this one is about at least 500 people there. Kyabje Rinpoche will be conducting the pujas with the Kopan monks. Yeah, we do a lot of pujas, Tara puja, Manjushri puja, Zambala puja. Yeah, and people come and attend, just join the pujas the whole day. Yeah, and we offer a free vegetarian meal on Vesak Day to 3,000 people. Yeah, dedicated, and people just come and enjoy the meal. Now, my journey with Fengshui actually started because of Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. In 2002, when we were starting to plan the building of the ABC Gompa, as it is, yeah, Rinpoche had advised me that I should consult this Master Hup Cheng in Kuala Lumpur in KL with the design. And he was quite a famous Feng Shui master in KL, and he knew Lama Zopa Rinpoche personally. Yeah. Oh, just by the way, can I share with you a story how we even bought the land? This temple. This land is not very big. Huh? It's 370 square meters. We paid 3 million Singapore dollars for this, and $950 per square foot. Rinpoche had asked us to look for land. So we looked for land. It was freehold. It was very near the MRT. It was a highly desired location. Yeah. But when Dennis, the guy that was prospecting to Rinpoche in the first slide, he went to the estate agent's office and said, "Oh, I would like to purchase this piece of land." But the estate told him, "Sorry, Mr. Lau, somebody has placed a 1% deposit on this land already. It's sold. 30,000 deposit has been placed." Oh, so Dennis was really disappointed. So he went back and he called Lama Kunchok for advice, what to do. We want the land badly, but it's been sold. You know what Geshe Lama Kunchok advised him? He said, "Dennis, go and sit in the agent's office every day and smile and smile and smile." So he said, "Okay." So he sat in the agent's office from 9 o'clock to 3 every day and smiled. The agent was getting fed up. He said, "Mr. Lau, I already told you, this land has been sold. Why are you here?" He said, "I'm sorry, my guru wants me to build this temple on this land. I cannot go back empty-handed." Yeah. And they advised me to come here and sit and smile. So I'm sitting here smiling at you. After 3 days, a miracle happened. The agent turned around and said, "Mr. Lau, okay, the buyer has agreed to transfer the land to you. We're going to sell it to ABC." He already put a 1% deposit, but he's going to be withdrawn, and he will be compensated, and ABC would have the option to purchase this land. So Mr. Lau asked him, what happened? You refused to sell me the land, but after 3 days, you said, yes, ABC can buy the land. Oh, he said, well, you know, the owner was felt very strange that you're sitting here every day smiling at us. So the owner went back and consulted his medium, his oracle, the Chinese oracle. You know what the oracle told the owner? Don't compete with the Buddha. The Buddha wants this land. Yeah. So he gave up because his oracle medium told him, don't fight with the Buddha. So he sold land to ABC, you know. So it was really a miracle how we got the land through our guru's blessings. Really, it's a miracle. True story. Yeah. So that's how we bought the land at $3 million, and the rest is history. After we bought the land, boom. This building was built at cost of $2 million Singapore. I think very cheap at that time. Now it's not possible. 10,000 square feet. And that was the time Rinpoche said, before you build, please consult Master Hup Cheng. Yeah. So when I consult Master Cheng with just the sketch with the architect, just the hand sketches of the 7-story building, how it was to be constructed. Hup Cheng Master Yap's main advice to us was make the door 1/3 the width of the land. You notice the main door is extremely wide, correct? It's exactly 1/3 the width of the land. Why did he advise that? Before you come, Hup Cheng, I want you to measure the direction of this land. Inside, looking out, so I took my scout compass, it was 295 degrees. So when he overlaid the chart, the energy chart, yeah, of the building on the land, he said, oh, very good. You need to make the door as wide as possible in the center grid. I said, oh, yeah. So he said, why? Because, you know, in the Dharma center, you need 2 very vital things. Number 1, harmony, correct? Number 2, money. No harmony, no money, impossible to run a Dharma center. So as luck would have it, he plotted the charts and found that the number 8 harmony star and number 8 money star resided in the center grid of the land. So if you build the main door in the center grid like this, you walk in every day, in and out, you will trigger the harmony energy and the money energy. So that's why the temple was built like this, with a very big, main door in the center. Now, when we look at Feng Shui, we're actually studying energy distribution in our environment. Yeah. In ABC, in city center, we don't have mountains and waters. But traditionally, we always look for where the sources of nature's energy is. And nature's energy always resides in the mountain or in the rivers. Yeah. Here, you have a lot of beautiful mountains, right? There's no river. But in Singapore, we have rivers. So whichever source of energy we can see in the vicinity, this is a chance for us as a consultant to advise to harness and pull in their energy for wealth, even health, and relationships. So this is basically about Feng Shui. We harness nature's energy, resident in the mountain or the rivers, pull it into the office, the home, or the center, so the center will prosper. Yeah. So the one you see on the right is actually a hill in Italy, near Institute Lama Tsongkhapa, which they are going to build a new temple. I was invited there in December. Now, this was Institute Lama Tsongkhapa. I was invited first in December 2022 to help solve some problems. It was a financial problem. Yeah, like all sectors. So Rinpoche had advised the board director, Lara, to call me, to invite me over to see what I can do for this institute. And same, Institute Lama Tsongkhapa is nestled in a very beautiful valley, surrounded by beautiful mountains, evergreen, beautiful mountains. Energy extremely good, and they have actually prospered in the last 40 years when Lama actually bought it. But the fundamental sort of defect about this building, you notice the building is an L-shaped building, correct? It's not square, rectangular like this gompa. When the building is an L shape, it misses a certain sector. In this case, the southeast sector was mainly missing. The southeast sector always, has growth and wealth energy. So if you're missing the southeast sector, you are missing the wealth and growth energy for your center. We cannot do this, we cannot correct this because this is a 200-year-old castle. It will always have a missing sector, yeah? Solid sector. And another problem the center has no main door. It used to have a main door on the opposite side of the building facing the road, but they built a cafeteria and covered up the whole main door. So the only main door you see is the small main door, yeah, you know, where towards the right of the building is. That was the only main door into the building. So if the main door is constricted and small, that means the center cannot receive prosperous energy from the mountain opposite. And they're facing this beautiful mountain opposite. But there's this one small, skinny, constricted small door. So what is the solution? Easy. Hack the wall and break and make a big door. You see that? So we did that. So in October, I went back. They hacked the door. And 8th of October, we installed the new door. And we actually tilted the door to receive maximum prosperous energy from the mountains. In Fengshui, the tilting of a door is like the receiver of the radio set. If you tune the receiver to the right frequency, you get sound, correct? Same analogy. When you tilt the door to the right angle, it receives the maximum prosperous energy from the external environment. So a door tilting technique is something we use all the time to enhance maximum energy into the building. So this was done, and the center, I hear some good stories already. Okay, Lungtuk Chokoling was an Italian monastery that's about 3 kilometers away from Institute Lama Tsongkhapa. They got 150 acres of land, yeah? And finally, after 20 years of appeal to the authorities, they got permission to build a monastery, yeah? And the Lama Zopa actually appointed Ken Rinpoche Geshe, our resident teacher, to be the abbot of Lungtuk Chokoling. Yeah. So they were ready to build, but what? No money. Everybody got the same problem, right? Big plans. It's a $5 million Euro project. Huge gompa. I think twice the size of this gompa. They had the land, but no money to start. So Massimo asked me, say, okay, we have the land already, but we're already short of funds. I said, okay, maybe I'll help you use my Feng Shui technique. So I advised Master, you see the 2 sticks on the ground? Yeah. I erected 2 sticks and at a very special oblique angle, facing that beautiful mountain right in the distance. So that angle was set at a very prosperous angle. And advised Massimo on the 18th of January, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., you erect a football goal post. Yeah. And you make the footing, you install it. And after you install it, you start a big bonfire and you do your group, your fire puja, whatever. Well, we need that fire element to trigger off the energy from the mountain to come in. So he did that. I met him in May in Dharamsala, while Holy Lama's Dalai Lama Zopa Rinpoche. He said, Hup Cheng, thank you very much. We've received 1.4 million euros in our account now. I said, is this money pledged? Or he said, no. 2 Italian benefactors each gave 500,000 euros. It's actually in our bank account. Yeah, so I've gladly used my technique for you. For your new Gompa project. With some general benefactor account, give you $1 million. Yeah. So you see, by tilting that gate post to a particular angle, you actually tune into the frequency of the wealth energy from the mountain. Because it was done at a very specific time with the element of the fire. You see, the analogy is like the window, the portal opens, yeah, at that day and that hour. So if you install your portal and you start the fire, you will invite the wealth energy to come in. Yeah. This is one of the techniques I actually use to, for my clients and centers. Now, would you like to know what landforms do you have around here? Right? For the last 2 days, I've been walking around surveying all the mountains. You're surrounded by a beautiful ring of mountains around you, right? Yeah. You've been here for 50 years. And do you know you're sitting on the gold mine here? You can actually do a lot better and grow a lot better than what you have been doing. Yeah. You could be a second Institute Lama Tsongkhapa in Australia. Yeah. So Chenrezig Institute around here has some really, really special, beautiful landforms. Yeah. If you look from Geshe-la's balcony in this, you recognize that mountain with the telecom towers on top? Yeah. It's a tabletop, flattish shaped mountain. Yeah. It's got these transmitting towers on top. That shape of a mountain is what we call a huge door wealth mountain. That mountain is a store of precious wealth energy. Yeah, you just got to know how to mine it to take the energy out, right? And on the right of the wealth mountain is this rippling top. Did you see that? The rippling top mountain on the right? Yeah, we call that the literary arts or the scholar's mountain. It means this mountain transmits energy that produces scholars, that means produces students, bright students. That means you are sitting in this area. If you have a center of learning facing this mountain, you will receive energy. That means this location favors the growth of an institution of learning, a monastic university, you know. So it has the energy here already, yeah. You know, I went to Sarah J Monastery in Lhasa about 10 years ago, and behind Sarah J is this rippling, flat top mountains running for a few kilometers. Is it a wonder? Sarah J Monastery produces 10,000 monks for centuries. Yeah, it's because the energy of the mountain. Yeah, 1959. Yeah, yeah, but they still are functioning, but very, very, very much reduced. But the buildings are still there. Yeah, but the mountain is still there. Yeah. So because of the energy of the rippling top mountain, Sarah J produced excellent scholars for centuries. Yeah. Yeah. So you are actually sitting in an area where there is scholarship, academic energy floating around, waiting for you to become scholars. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what are we going to do with this wealth of energy surrounding us here? Okay. So I've done my studies and research, and I advise that, Kelvin, that when you build the new temple, align it to 165 degrees to face south. Yeah, you face this very precious wealth mountain, the Millionaire Mountain. And when you do that, you open the door to the Gompa, the energy will come flooding in all the time. As long as the mountain remains, that wealth energy will keep coming in all the time. Yeah. And when you have the door also facing the wealth mountain, you also face that rippling top mountain. Then the monastic community will grow. Yeah, you may have hundreds of monks and nuns coming here, develop into institutional learning. People can stay long term. Maybe you run the master's program for 7 years, big for 5 years. People can live here, yeah, and study Dharma full time. So all this is possible, yeah. It's not a dream, it's a vision. Okay, I'd like to share with you. You have a vision here at Chenrezig Institute. Okay, you guys are the ones that will make it happen. And you're the guys that will benefit from this. Okay, so yeah, so do give your support, your heart and soul to help Kelvin build the new temple, because this is going to be a legacy that you could leave behind for many generations of Australians to come here. But from all over the world, people can come and stay in Chenrezig and study Buddha Dharma full-time, long-term. Yeah. So this, yeah, is the potential that this area holds. Today, Geshe-la and I, we planted the 2 sticks already on the land. Yeah. So we have created the course for this to be a institution of Dharma learning, a monastic university, and a highly prosperous one. Yeah. Enjoyed by maybe hundreds of people, Dharma students from all over the world. Yeah. So thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What you say, 100%, I thinking this a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Hup Cheng. Now I'd like to open to the floor. If you have any questions, put your hands up and I'll pass the mic to you.
I'm just a little bit curious about what you were saying about the direction of the Gompa. Isn't this Gompa facing south?
No, this Gompa says southeast one. Yeah.
And that would make sufficient difference for this Gompa to have X number of students over the last 50 years, and the new Gompa would make that number explode. Is that a reality?
Yes, because this current Gompa in this direction only faces, you look around the main door, there's only a spur of a mountain that's come up. It's not facing the main mountain range. So this Gompa is not receiving the most densely prosperous energy from the mountains. We're only an offshoot there. Yeah. So, okay, you have grown last 50 years. Of course, you have prospered and grown. Yeah. But the orientation of this Gompa here is not receiving the highly processed energy in the vicinity. Yeah. So when the new Gompa is built, we just oriented a new Gompa with that big wealth mountain there. Yeah. And that is the wealth mountain in this area. So once you align with that, automatically you receive all the processed energy. People will come, the benefactors will come, supporters will come, all the resources will come. Yeah. That's how nature works. Yeah, just pure energy. Just pure energy. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. There's a question from Zoom. Maybe if you would elaborate a little bit about the assessment that you did this afternoon of the current Gompa.
So sorry?
The assessment that you did this afternoon of this current Gompa.
If I could elaborate on the assessment of this current Gompa. Okay. When this Gompa was built, okay, the landforms are good. It's very good back support you have there, yeah, and it slopes down and goes down there, yeah. Okay, the layout of this Gompa and the configuration of the Gompa, it's a very steep slope running out, yeah, right? It just gushes out, yeah, and because of the angle it's oriented, the energy doesn't collect so much here, yeah. So whatever good energy you have accumulated, it just rushes out. Okay, so you can't keep that kind of prosperous energy to grow. So for a center, any building to grow, you have to accumulate and compound all the positive energy. So with Feng Shui, we actually deliberately align a building to a particular direction, which allows you to do that. Now we cannot do anything. This Gompa is built 50 years ago. This direction is fixed, yeah. But I have recommended some remedies to Kelvin, which can maybe stall the outflow of the energy and improve it. And you notice if you look through the main door, the board, that insignia board outside there is actually blocking a very beautiful spur branch of the mountain coming there. Yeah. So I advise that if we remove that insignia board, yeah, the main door will receive the energy that was blocked off from that spur that's coming from right to left. And that's actually quite a beautiful low hill in the front. So when we remove that board, you will receive a lot more prosperous energy coming to the center. Support will get better, people will come, your finances will improve. Yeah. So this is how I think we can improve the Gompa. I've also recommended to Kevin, there'll be 2 water activation points, one here and one there, which I've marked and given on the 16th of December. He will fill 2 60-liter barrels of water, put a pump in there and churn that energy. So the Gompa people here will prosper, the Gompa, the center will prosper, you get more support. Now these are more short-term fixes to attract wealth energy. We use water to activate the wealth energy. So yeah, we're going to do something to help improve the center. Yeah. I've also recommended in your main entrance, there'll be 9 little LED lights that be kept lit permanently to create light energy, fire energy as well. Yeah. So these are the things, yeah, we can do to improve the energy flow, the energy management. You attract more people to come. Yeah, you'll be well supported. That's how we can tweak the energy flow in the building, yeah, to improve, yeah, the energy. Okay, thank you. That explains everything. Yeah.
Thank you. Just noting in that comment you made about this plate in front, I took a picture this afternoon of that above there, and it is a very wonderful kind of scene that is blocked at the moment. So it's interesting. I just had a question about, it was my understanding traditionally with Tibetan Gompas, there is some importance to facing east or north traditionally, but then you're really working with the specific circumstance, I'd imagine.
Okay.
Is that kind of the comment on that?
Tibetan Gompas traditionally face east because it's the culture, yeah, right? Always to face east, the rising sun, the rising energy. But in Feng Shui, we actually are more constricted by landforms to receive maximum prosperous energy. Now, there's another reason why I recommended the Gompa, the new Gompa face south 165 degrees. Yeah, okay. Every 20 years, the energy of the whole universe changed. We're in the threshold now. In February 2024, the energy of the universe will change to call period number 9. Period number 9 has the element of fire. Okay, and the dominant energy of period of fire will actually affect us all human beings. Fire is a transformative element, correct? Makes wood become ash, right? Makes metal become gold. So fire actually transforms. It's also a virtual because a fire is a burning region of gases that's hollow inside. Now, with the coming of period 9 and the element of fire dominating the universe, yeah, it will affect us in 2 ways. Fire is a transformative element. So it manifests in the form of technology, artificial intelligence, virtual things, cryptocurrency, correct? So this is why mobile phone, you're using Zoom, yeah? So the whole world is moving towards period 9 because it's about energy, virtual, everything is virtual, cryptocurrency, yeah? So that's why we're all moving towards high tech, robotics, artificial intelligence. That's period 9, yeah, energy. The yin side, the hidden side of period 9 is really interesting. Period 9 affects people in the yin way because it transforms minds. So things like Dharma education, religion, Feng Shui, yoga, metaphysics, Chinese traditional medicine, alternative healing, spiritual healing, tarot card reading, this will all be in demand. Yeah. Before, all these unconventional methods of healing was always regarded as superstitious, right? But now it's becoming mainstream. Why? Because period 9 is changing people's minds to make them accept that alternative methods of healing or treatment is just as equally as good. Yeah, it's no more superstition. It's mainstream. Now I get Feng Shui requests from corporate bodies, law firms in Singapore, been around 150 years, and they engage me to do Feng Shui because they believe Feng Shui can do something for them. So we are in the right business here, yeah. And generally, we're in the Dharma education business, right? And you will see whatever Dharma courses you organize, there'll be more and more people coming here to attend. For retreats, you see more younger people coming because they're interested in learning about Dharma and spiritual matters. So you should be ordering more Dharma courses and make more money, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to read a question from
Yeah.
Zoom. What is the key difference in Feng Shui considerations for place of worship versus our personal homes?
Sorry, say it again.
What's the key difference in Feng Shui between assessing a place of worship like this
Oh,
versus personal
residence.
home? Yeah.
okay, no difference. Principle is the same. A building is a building, is a home, a house, or a gompa, right? There's main door, there's exits, there's the 8 directions of the compass, north, south, east, west, is in any building, okay? Except when I'm doing a Gompa, the objectives are be somewhat different. If I do an office, the owner who pays me wants me to help him make money. So I will tweak the feng shui that he will get more business, he can close more contracts, he can see results rather quickly because that's what he's paying me for, yeah? But in the Dharma Center, I know we need money to run the Dharma Center, but I think in the Dharma Center, we're looking more on the human relationship side, okay? The harmony side. I think that's more important. The learning side, the academic abilities of all our students to do well, yeah? To learn subject matter well. That kind of energy, I think, is probably more important than Dharma Center. Yeah, like I said, when we were building ABC, the two main things we were looking for was harmony and, of course, money. Yeah. But in more external commercial world, it's more money. Yeah. Okay, that you try to tweak. Yeah. Yes.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
I was thinking what you said, how we have a little slope off mountain here
in the main.
and it's being blocked. And then so if we unblock that,
Yes.
and it's maybe, I don't know, what, 4-5% of what we could be harnessing when we get the new direction for the new Gompa. So
Okay, the Gompa, new
larger.
Gompa will be quite a long time away, yeah?
Yeah,
Many, many years away. But now immediately we got to fix the present.
this one, yeah.
You're right. You need money to survive now, okay? You need more cash flow, more support from outside, yeah? So once we remove that signboard, the main door will face the spur of the mountain opposite, which is actually quite a nice green hill there. And that's very prosperous, yeah. So you will see maybe new energy coming into the center. More people will come. The support activities here, maybe your retreats will run better. You get more publicity, then more people will sign up, yeah? And then you have more attendance.
Yes.
That will certainly improve, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the picture of that spur, and there's just a couple of trees that block that spur. Is it helpful to trim them down a little, or
The couple of trees,
that sort of
blocking
block that spur
the land?
a little bit? Yeah. Well, no, just from the front of the current Gompa, there's a few trees that block that spur a bit as well. Is
Yeah.
it useful to bring them down a little, or?
Yes, if you can trim it, the authorities will allow you to trim it down, have a clear line of sight and see the mountain. You get more profit energy from the mountain coming in. Yeah. What you can see with your line of sight, you can receive that energy. You see a hill unobstructed, the energy from the hill, you will be able to receive. Yeah, of course, even on that land that's so beautiful, that big mountain is blocked by all the trees there. Of course, we would like to trim the tree to lower the height of the tree, so more precious energy will come in, but I don't know whether the authorities will allow you to do that. Yeah, sure.
Right. Another question from Zoom.
Yeah.
It's from Tashi.
Yeah.
I understand feng shui period changes in every 20 years. How will this affect the feng shui of the new Gompa when there is a change of period?
Okay. The new Gompa is tweaked for 20 years from 2024 to 2044, yeah? Okay. There are 3 layers of energy I tweaked when I designed the new Gompa. First layer is the evergreen energy from the mountain. That will last for you for eternity. As long as that mountain is there, the Gompa will receive that energy eternally from the mountain. That's evergreen energy. It doesn't change. Okay? By making it face south, yeah, in period 9, you receive a second layer of time-based prosperity energy for 20 years. Yeah? So you will have, okay, when I superimpose the chart on the new Gompa will be in the door will be in the center grid. Yeah, it has the number 9 money star and number 9 harmony star in the main door of the temple. So we also advise this the main door of the temple, please make it as wide as you can. So when people go in and out every day, you'll trigger off the number 9 money star and number 9 harmony star. So this is the timely energy of period 9. Okay, what happens when we move to period 1 from 2044 to 2064, right? we move to period number 1. Although period 9 has passed and we move to a new period number 1, period number 1 is also very prosperous in relation to period 9 because 1 and 9 has a combination of 10, right? So when energies combine sum of 10, it means you still receive the prosperous energy, yeah, from the previous period. Although it was, yeah, and though it's period 1, you will still get that prosperous energy. Now, ABC was fine-tuned for period 8, yeah? The main door was period 8, yeah? But we're going to move to period 9 next year. Do you think ABC will decrease in prosperity? No. Maybe a little bit of discount, maybe 5%. But in period 9, the numbers 8 and 8 are still prosperous. So we will still receive that prosperous energy, we'll still receive the support from members, yeah? Yeah. So, yeah, it will still, I tell you, when you build a new Gompa, it will last you a lot more than one lifetime. Because you get that big evergreen mountain there forever, you know. Yeah, that's beyond time. Yeah, yeah. So you see, Feng Shui, we have many layers. Yeah, that's the evergreen, eternal, land-based Feng Shui. We keep receiving energy forever as the mountain is there. We have the time-based Feng Shui every 20 years. Yeah. Now, in period 9, one very special feature is that if you face south and you see a mountain in the south for that 20 years, you get super prosperous energy. How do you like that? So when period 9 comes, of course, this temple we built between 2024 and 2044, yeah? So within that period 9, because the door is facing south, there's a mountain in the south, the Gompa will continually receive prosperous energy for that 20 years. Yep.
Another question on Zoom from Shan. Can you please explain how to achieve maximum harmony energy in the whole of Chenrezig Institute?
How you receive?
How do you achieve maximum harmony energy in the whole of Chenrezig Institute?
How you receive calming harmony energy? Sorry, I didn't quite get it.
Sorry again. So can you please explain how do you achieve maximum harmony energy at CI, at Chenrezig Institute?
How did I receive maximum harmony?
How do you maximize the harmony?
How do I maximize it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I did some light activation at the main door. That's fire.
Yeah, if you can explain that, please.
Okay. I found this main door to reduce the sort of disputes, conflicting energies here. That energy is the element of metal. You can control that by using fire because fire controls metal. So by putting lights at the main door, I reduce the conflicting energy, which actually resides in the main door. Yeah. So that's one way we do it. Okay. Every energy has a certain element to it. Yeah. So if you know the element, you can know the element that controls that troubling element, right? If it's metal, you use fire, right? So fire controls metal, so it controls that troubling energy. I would have loved to put naked lights there, but that will be dangerous. So the next best thing we can do is to use, I'm going to use 9 LED lights. 9 is the element of fire, okay? So we are putting 9 LED lights. We're using the fire element at the door to control disputes, control arguments, disharmony. That's how we do it. Yeah, in Feng Shui, yeah.
Question for myself, actually. You mentioned about what we have to do with the doors. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Okay. I advise Kelvin, I will give him a certain day and within 2 hours to have the main door removed, put one side, and after 1 hour, screw back the hinges. Appears strange to you, right? Yeah. Okay. The reason behind doing it is this. This door is sitting on a very prosperous angle, frequency, in period 9, but it's not activated, it's sleeping. So we've got to wake up the door. To wake up the door, we will unhinge the door, put it one side, yeah? And then we put it back to its original angle And by the drilling action of the drill hitting back, it activates the energy of the door. So this door will become highly energized. And this door sits on the element of fire. Okay? Fire is passion, is drive, is energy. Yeah. So by doing that, we will re-energize the energy coming into the gompa. It will be very energetic, a passionate place, a lot of drive, a lot of interest. So this is why I advise you to do this. Now, in period number 9, in the 360-degree of the Feng Shui compass, there are a few 5-degree segments. Every 45-degree sector has a few, 3 or 4. But it so happens this door, it sits on a very prosperous 5-degree segment already, but it's not activated. It's sleeping. So to wake up the energy at the door at that angle, that's why I ask you to remove it and put it back. So that's the logic, okay? Yeah.
Does Feng Shui work well with astrology at all?
Okay, there are 2 separate studies, okay?
Yeah.
Astrology is one of the subjects, modules in the greater study of Chinese metaphysics. Feng Shui is that module that deals with land energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For someone to screw the door in, is it good to have a fire sign to do it?
No.
Doesn't matter?
No.
Anyone?
No.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, astrology is a completely different subject. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't study astrology. I studied Feng Shui. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Is there any semi-precious stones that would help with attracting the energy of where Geshe and you have set up the posts?
When you said what?
Semi-precious stones, like amethyst,
Yes.
tiger's eye. Is there any that would specifically help that I could bring to Geshe that he can put near the posts?
You mean,
Besides selenite, because it makes energy of the other crystals.
sorry, you are selling precious stones, is it?
No.
So I didn't quite understand your question.
Are there any semi-precious stones
Yes.
that would help attract
No.
the money and harmony
No.
energy?
No.
No.
I practice the classical form of Feng Shui. This style of Feng Shui doesn't talk about merchandising, about crystals, yeah, amber crystals, amethyst or what have you.
Yep.
We don't use merchandise to activate qi. Qi is activated by factor of location, sector, direction, and time. Yeah, in Feng Shui, we have a fundamental principle of the trinity of heaven, earth, and men. You notice you are the intermediary between heaven and earth, right? You stand on the earth, right? The earth is beneath you, the heaven is above you. So we are part of the trinity of heaven, earth, and men. We're inseparable from heaven, earth, and men. When we do Feng Shui, we use this principle to get the results we want. Heaven means the right timing, the right day, the right hour, where it's most auspicious and most prosperous. Yeah, heaven, earth, direction or sector. Men, you must match the date of birth of the. By the way, Calvin, the dates I chose for you were based on your date of birth. So you're the one that's going to lead and bring in the money for the center. Yeah. So in Feng Shui, for a Feng Shui to work, the timing of the activation is critical importance. Otherwise, there's no result. Yeah. All these results I've shared with you, Luntuk Chokoling, yeah, Insi Lama Songkapa, all the activities were calculated and activated at the very precise 2 hours. Yeah, Luntuk Chokoling did on 18th of January, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. He did the fire at that time. Why I use fire? Because fire is an activating element. When you light a fire, it burns, right? So you trigger off energy. So using fire, there are 2 elements we use to activate energy: water or fire, right? That's why I advise we put 2 barrels of water here. This to activate the internal energy. Obviously, cannot use fire internally, but outdoors we can use a fire, right? It's safe, yeah. So these are the only 2 elements I use. Mostly always metal, water or element. Never crystals. They don't really work. My experience. So all the Feng Shui master that selling merchandise, the dragon, the toads, the lions, the amethyst, bracelet crystal, they all don't work. I've bought thousands of dollars myself and I've thrown it away because they don't work. Yes.
We this afternoon put the drawer, and then you say need fire puja, and fire puja, and it's need morning or afternoon or evening, anytime can
No,
do.
I've given Calvin the specific 2 hours to do the fire puja.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
calculate the hour. Okay, just to share with you why I chose that hour, yeah? And on that day, okay, we have another formula called the Na Chia formula. It's a formula that gives you a technique to calculate the day and hour to invite the prosperous energy for the mountain to come in. That gate post we erected this afternoon faces the Wealth Mountain, correct? The Wealth Mountain is in the south. On that day, I don't know which day was it, in January or February, I gave you. That day and that hour, yeah, in the south direction, the window of wealth opens, the portal opens. So when that portal opens on that day, you do some activity like a fire puja, you're literally inviting the wealth. Come in. Yeah, so this is just a phenomenon of nature. I don't know how the ancient master worked out in the past. They could actually predict, yeah, and come up with a formula that tells you this mountain in this direction in the east, what day, what hour, you can do some activity and invite the energy from the east mountain to come into your house. Yeah, here I use mountains, but in Singapore, I don't have mountains. I have maybe reservoirs, bodies of water, the big collection of energy in the reservoirs, yeah. And from my house, I can see the certain direction. So I can actually put a water barrel, maybe in the southwest sector of my living room, where I can see the reservoir of water at that day, that hour, to invite the world energy from that reservoir to come into my home. I tried it, I got very good results. Yeah, please, Sandy. Yeah.
You mentioned the chi of the mountains and water element. On Chenrezig land, there are creeks. There's a flowing creek. It's quite far away, though. It's over the other side of the property. And there are other seasonal creeks, which in various places around the property. Is there anything that can be done to harness the chi through those water
we have
elements?
to be
the
physically
creeks and the
line of
dams.
sight to see that water, to harness that energy. Okay, good point. You raised about water. On the new Gompa site, it's all hill, right? There's no water, right? Yeah. Doesn't quite count. No, you can't get ocean energy. It's too dispersed. Okay, I recommend to Kelvin, when the new Gompa is built, yeah, on the Gompa land, we will create water. We don't have a water source there, right? So I said, dig a dam. The dam is to be dug in the southeast sector from the main door. Yeah, the Gompa is going to face south, right? So dig a dam, maybe 30 degrees to the left of the door. I will help you spot the location. You dig the dam. I would advise Calvin, if the next tube well you can dig, you dig it in the southeast. Get a diviner, locate, is there a water spot in the southeast of the land? Dig there. Then you have natural water gushing out from the land. That is really continuous flow of wealth energy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Question from Angie on Zoom.
Yep.
This is about doors.
Yep.
It's quite a long one. I'll just try and summarize it. So basically, for residential homes, we want to keep chi in. Yes. So we like to have walls instead of doors. Okay. But I've seen Dharma Center where there are huge doors and that can be open on all three sides of the hall. So does that mean this concept wouldn't work for residential home?
Okay, in your residential home is the main door. You go in and out. That is the principal door you use, the principal opening of the house where chi comes in and out. Yeah. So we can actually tilt the main door of the house. You can actually, a door shuts flat like that. But if you insert another piece of wood, maybe 6-7 inches on the right side, so when you close the door, it becomes tilted, right? You can do that. Tilted at a very special angle. When you do that, that door will receive very prosperous energy from a very specific direction. We do that all the time for clients. Yeah.
Okay. So I think the crux of the question is more about, is it correct that we shouldn't have too many doors in residential home?
Okay. If you have too many doors, yeah, because a door needs to be in the right sector of the house. You've got too many doors, that door may be located in unfavorable sector of the house, right? And so that door will not be bringing in prosperous energy. So if the door's already there, then it's not in a favorable sector that I need to audit, then you keep it closed permanently. Then you only use that set of doors which is located in a prosperous sector of the house. That's how we do it.
The subsequent question is, why does mountain have prosperous energy? What about ocean or other natural landforms?
Mountains have it's a landmass, correct? It's got different shapes. It can be flat top like a mountain. It can be a conical shape like a volcanic mountain. Yeah, each of that shape, that body of earth, yeah, contains energy. Yeah, there's certain element about it. It's just a fact of nature. When the earth was being formed, yeah, mountain land masses were being formed all over the world. So they already have a store of energy in them. Yeah, they've been there since the time of creation. So we just need to know where they're located, yeah, in reference to where we're sitting or living, and how we're going to harness the energy from that direction mounted into our homes. That's why we do Feng Shui. Yeah. Yeah, most of the time when I'm consulting in Singapore, I try to use rivers because river is dynamic energy, it's moving, it's called yang energy. Mountain is sitting, is still, and we call it yin. Yeah. So mountains energy are more favorable for human matters, cultivation, retreats, study, well-being. You know, you go to resort and get well. So mountain energy are more favorable for that. But a mountain also has wealth energy, depending on the shape of the mountain. That one with the flattish tabletop mountain, that is a huge dome mountain, naturally has wealth energy. We can see it here, right? The one with the ripple effect doesn't create wealth, but it creates academic excellence, correct? It produces scholars, okay? You know, in China, in the Shaolin Temple, everybody knows Shaolin Temple, huh? Why? For centuries, they've been producing martial artists, yeah, and fighters. Why? Because in the vicinity of Shaolin Temple are these hemispherical bowl-shaped mountains all over the monastery. That shape of a bowl, inverted bowl-shaped mountain, we call that a military arts mountain. That kind of mountain produces athletic people, sportsman-like people, martial artists. It's about physical energy. So that's why Shaolin for centuries been producing outstanding martial artists, because it's the energy around Shaolin Temple, because there are a dome-shaped mountain in the area, it makes the people, you know, perform like that. Yeah. So energy in the environment affects you, you know, you and me, you know. It does. How we think, how we react. Yeah. So that's the logic. Yeah. Yeah.
Question from Dylan on Zoom. How does the location of two train stations? So we have two train stations nearby.
Two what stations?
Train stations.
Train stations.
The two train stations, one is called Mulula, the other one is Yulo.
Okay.
How does the location of the two train stations affect our center from Feng Shui perspective?
If it's not within the line of sight in the immediate vicinity, it has no effects. It needs to be, if it's running next door to you, 10 meters away, yes, it affects too. Because the energy from the train is not considered auspicious and prosperous. A mountain is beautiful, it's smooth, yeah? So there's good energy from that mountain. A train cutting across your house in front is like sort of destructive, correct? And very disruptive. So that kind of energy is not good, yeah. And it will trigger off the negative sectors in your house because it's the negative energy. That's why we don't like have pylons, T-junctions, yeah? Negative, ugly structures in front of your main door, because those structures are very disruptive in energy. And it doesn't produce good effects for the people living in the house. Yeah. Yes.
Some people say we bonsai, this true. Bonsai tree is not good energy. Some say it's true or not?
No, not true. A bonsai is a living plant. Any living plant has the element of wood. Only living plant. Dead wood is not wood element. Living plant, a bush, an indoor shrub, a bonsai is a living plant, is the element of wood. Yeah. So where you put plants in the house needs some consideration, because introducing the element of wood into the certain sector of the house, it may have some favorable or not so favorable effects, yeah, on the individuals in the house. Yeah. The putting of water aquariums in the house needs some careful consideration, because water triggers off things like promiscuity. I've seen in offices, some of the bosses put an aquarium in a certain sector of their house, then he divorces his wife and marries a secretary. Because water activates our lust and sexual energy. So when you put water in the house, be careful where you put the water.
No fish tank for all of you.
Yeah.
Back to the train station
Yeah.
question, there's a follow on. So how does that compare to the location of, if I pronounce it correctly, Aljunied train station to ABC? Do you have an Aljunied train station?
Yes, our Aljunied train station is about 500 meters away. Yeah, it's to the right of ABC. Is the MRT line runs there. It's quite distant. It really has no effect on us. Yeah, I think the last 20 years is it didn't disrupt our growth. Yeah. Yeah.
Another question with Tashi. How would you define a door in Feng Shui? Because the door of ABC, as shown in the photo, appears to be more like a gate.
Okay, ABC main door, you see the picture, yeah? It does not have a double panel door. It's just an opening, right? I never had a door. The gates have this sliding gate that opens and closes, yeah? But it's still defined as a door. It's the opening that is the door. It's not the panel of the door. It's the opening that defines the entrance of qi.
It's the arch.
It's that door opening. Yeah.
Right.
That emits qi into the building. Yeah, from outside. Yeah.
Sorry to hog the mic, but I know there's a lot of questions online, but there was another question online about the ocean. Particularly in Australia, people like to have an ocean view, and we do have an ocean view from the top here and also from the Gompa here. So I wondered, could you tell us a little more about the ocean?
Okay.
Because we really do like that.
Yes, I know. Australia people love seafront villas, right? Seafront bungalows, yeah. I think it's very beautiful facing the ocean. Okay, from Feng Shui perspective, people who live with seafront views gets poorer and poorer. Why? Because an ocean is a big body of water. There's no place where the qi can collect, right? A river or something has a bend or something, the qi will collect. But when you face an ocean, there's no collection point for the qi. It's dispersed. So because qi is dispersed, that means you cannot hold your wealth. the chi will be sucked out, pulled out from your home. So in life, you'll find that you get poorer and poorer. You won't get opportunities in life. You spend a lot of money, money goes out. So ocean front facing homes are not recommended in Feng Shui for this reason. Yeah. We are not directly facing a gompa. In front of the door is this spur of the hill that's blocking us. So we're receiving energy from that spur in front of the main door. Although but the ocean is very, very far away, it has no effect on you. It's kilometers away. No, the gompa faces that beautiful Table Mountain. It's not facing the ocean. Yeah.
Maybe let me just clarify that. Is it correct? The assumption is that it is about your main door, what your main door faces?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the main door is currently facing the 165 degrees south.
Yeah, south one.
So it's not facing the sea, which is on the east.
Yep.
Another question about mountain. If the mountain in front of me is blocked directly by a tall building, does that mean I cannot receive the mountain energy? Does it mean the mountain has to be unblocked in my line of sight?
Okay. You only get 2G reception. You get 5G reception. Simple.
Unless if you can move the tall building, yeah.
Move yourself, impossible, right? You relocate. If a building blocks in front of you, blocks the beautiful mountain in front of you, that means you don't receive that beautiful energy from the mountain. It's got to be unobstructed line of sight. Then the energy comes in unobstructed. Then you prosper. Yeah. Yep.
Where is new Gomba's land behind the one mountain?
Yes.
How is this?
That mountain is a very prosperous mountain. It provides very good back support. Okay. That mountain is not a standalone. It actually goes back, up and down, many miles. Yeah. So where the gompa is situated, the land is somewhat flat. Yeah. So that back mountain energy somewhat cascades down and collects in that flat piece of land where the gompa is. So that mountain in the back is very good. When you have a good back support, it means you enjoy good energy from many generations. If you have no good back support, like your back is empty, you face a beautiful mountain, yes, you get money for one generation. But nowadays, who cares? One generation is good enough, right? But in this case, you have a full back support. Okay, I just want to share a bit more the special features of this land. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's not very clear here, but if you look to the right of this land, you see the back mountain, an arm that protrudes in an embracing manner that goes, we call that the right embrace. On the left side of the land is another 2 layers of like a spur, we call the left embrace. So this land is perfect from Feng Shui perspective. Good back mountain support, slow, stable, solid support, lasts many generations. Right embrace, left embrace, flat land in front, blocks the energy and it collects in front. Perfect, right? And even in the distance, we have those table mountains to further block the energy from dispersing. Yeah. So naturally, so you have all the classical perfect landforms. Yeah. If you go to China, you've seen, yeah, the imperial tomb, the Ming tomb and Qing tombs, they spend many years searching for a site in the mountain to bury the emperor. Yeah. Because they want the energy to benefit the future generations, the descendants of the emperor. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Last June, or I think June, Geshe Soba came here. August, and we together went to there, and I asked Geshe Soba. Geshe Soba said, Sam, what you say? He said this.
Ah.
100%. Thank you.
This study of landform and feng shui has been part of Chinese civilization for more than 3,000 years. Yeah, the ancient masters were very astute. They observed the mountain shapes, the water flow, yeah, and they recorded it, yeah. And because of the Taoist philosophy and yin and yang, the balance of nature, yeah, the two nature's energy is inseparable, but it's balances, and how they interact. And then how you produce the 5 elements of earth, metal, water, wood, and fire, yeah? How the elements interact. There's a law, an invisible law, which they behave. So it's just like that. It's always been like that. It's just nature's way of the energies flowing. When you have that shape of mountain, certain energies come out of it. When you face that mountain in a certain direction, you get certain energy from that direction, right? When the water flows from in front of your house, from left to right or right to left, whether you can receive or cannot receive is dependent on the direction of your house. This is how we tweak feng shui. Yeah? When we see a beautiful river flowing, left to right, yeah. And I got clients that live in London. They got apartments that face the River Thames. If the apartment direction, if the flow is left to right, if the apartment is facing north, south, east, and west, that apartment can receive the positive energy from the River Thames. If it's in the intercardinal direction, that apartment won't receive energy from that flowing river. So we have formulas that help us decide, yeah, whether this apartment receives energy from that river or not. So yeah, there's a way we can, and we can even actually take advantage of the energy of that water by maybe tweaking our main doors. That's the technique we use. Yeah. Yes, please.
I'm just a little bit curious to know, is there any connection at all between Feng Shui and water divining?
No, that's a completely different skill. The water divination people, I don't know how it works, but they have that skill. You can detect water with the 2 sticks, I don't know whether it depends on static electricity or something from the water. I don't really understand how they do it, but somehow they find the water, right? But no, in feng shui, we don't have such a technique. Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
If a house faces a river that's flowing left to right, and the house is facing north, where would be the place for the doors?
The door should be in the front of the house facing north.
Okay.
When you are facing north, you can receive energy of the water flowing left to right. The cardinal directions allow you to do that.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
So for instance, if that door is not strictly north, right, we're northeast, we can actually tilt the door. You can tilt the door.
Okay.
To make that door receive energy from the flowing water.
And northeast, would you tilt it?
Northeast is not a direction for a left or right flow. It's got to be cardinal, north, south, east, or west. In this case, if facing north, perfect. Don't have to do anything else.
Okay.
That door receives energy
angle
from that flowing water already.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. Yeah. Just to mention, a flow of water, a river, is different from a fixed body of water like a dam. A dam doesn't move. Yeah. If it's located where you live, if it's in the east, southeast, southwest, or north, that dam of water has a favorable impact on your house. If that dam of water is located in the south, northeast, west, and northwest, that body of water does not have a favorable impact on your house. So where you see a dam, a big body of water in the vicinity of even swimming pools, the energy from that water can have a positive or a negative effect on the residents of the house. Yeah. Water always sometimes causes, I've seen illnesses, divorce cases, separation, because water destroys relationships if it's in the wrong sector. I had a case. This is my own niece who lives in landed property in Singapore. I visited her after around 10 years. First time I entered the house, I saw a swimming pool in the northeast. I said, Alice, if you don't mind me saying, this body of swimming pool of yours is not in the right location. He said, oh, yeah, we had it for 11 years. I just divorced with my husband last month. Yeah, he had an affair with some other lady. Yeah, so water has that kind of effect if it's in the wrong location. Yeah.
A question here from Zoom. Does the personal rooms of Rinpoche and Geshe-la have any impact in terms of Feng Shui? And do you have any, is there any guidelines when it comes to Rinpoche's and Geshe-la's room?
Current Geshe-la's room in that house, does it have, negative impact? Is that what the question about?
So in other words, let's just say the new Gompa. Now that we're deciding, where to put the Rinpoche's apartment, Geshe-la's apartment.
We haven't come to that. Okay, this Gompa, it has a north-south orientation, correct? In the north-south orientation, there are 4 sectors which are favorable, 4 sectors not so favorable. Again, another reason I chose north-south, because when it's north-south, this house is sitting on the north direction and facing south direction, correct? In this north-south sector, this type of house, the energy distribution is such that it's favorable in the north, favorable in the south, in the main door, favorable in the southeast, and favorable in the east. Okay, these 4 sectors are favorable. Okay, that's why I asked you to put the altar in the center, the big Joa Buddha right in the center, in the middle of the Gompa. That's the north sector. The main door is in the south, right? The not so favorable sectors of the house, we can place kitchens, storerooms, not maybe just classrooms we use shortly. Geshe-la's apartment, of course, I will choose in the sector of the Gompa where it's most prosperous, most auspicious. Definitely. That will come to the detailed planning. We will do the layout, the Gompa. Sure. Good question. Good question.
Another one on Zoom here. So assuming I can choose the facing of my main door, is it better to have a mountain behind me as a back support instead of having my main door face the mountain?
Okay. The classic Feng Shui says you should have a mountain in the back for good, strong support, stability. If you're in this current period 9, if you want to make money, have opportunities, choose a door facing south with a mountain in the south. You will get many prosperous opportunities. In Singapore, we don't landed property, we have condominiums, so we choose the balcony door. If the balcony door opens and see a beautiful mountain in the south, that condominium will be highly prosperous because that balcony door can receive prosperous energy from the mountain in the south. Yeah, so I would say if you want money, face the mountain because you're getting the chi through the door from the mountain. You always get prosperous, Yeah. Interesting, yeah? Yeah.
There's another one.
Yeah.
Does the direction or location of the main altar affects the Feng Shui?
Yes. The altar must always be put in the back of the hall. Fundamental rule. Why? Because the energy distribution in any space, the back part of the space is always the prosperous part. In this case, this this Gompa sits on west, faces, fits on the northwest, faces southeast. Okay, so the prosperous energy of this space resides in the Gompa in the back. So when we have our statues there, these statues are radiating really positive energy. It inspires people, creates peace of mind. Yeah. So the rule is that even in your house, in your room, your Gompa prayer room, you should try and put the altar like maybe opposite to the door direction of the room. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I'll share with you a feng shui secret. In period number 9, starting, which already started, if you want to prosper, look for a house, main door facing south, and see a beautiful mountain in the south, like this. Or you live in a high-rise building, look for a balcony door facing south, see a beautiful mountain, a hill in the southern direction. This is a special technique, a feature of period number 9 energy. When there's a mountain in the south direction, in period 9, that mountain gives up highly prosperous energy. So you have a balcony door, your main door facing south, and seeing a mountain, you will receive that prosperous energy from that mountain for 20 years. Okay? That's the secret I share with everybody. If you have that fortune to make a selection, please select a house, door facing south, see a hill. Or buy a condo unit with a balcony door, opening up to south, you see a nice hill there. I think in Australia, you have more choices here. Yeah, yeah, you can live in the part of the country, you can choose this location or that location, this suburb or that suburb. Yeah, this country here, you got in the country, you got so much choice, you know, you can choose. Yeah. So actually, if you know feng shui, you cannot be poor. Yeah, this is landform feng shui. It supersedes Kwa. Okay, if you have the Kwa second level that's in sync with the mountain in the south, you have an extra layer of prosperity. Okay, people with Kwa number 9, okay, because it's in the south. People with Kwa number 1, people are born 1954, yeah, it's a Kwa 1. Kwa 9, I think is 63 or something, yeah. If you have those personal Kwa numbers, you live in a house, mountain in the south, you enjoy extra layer of prosperity because your vibration is more in sync with that mountain in this current period. That's the logic. Yeah. But even though you're not a Kwa 1 or 9, you live in a house, main door facing south in the mountain, already everybody in that house will receive prosperous, positive energy. You get more opportunities in life, relationship is better, you don't get sick more often. Yeah. Okay.
I've got a question here.
Yeah.
Are the directions the same whether you are in the southern or the northern hemisphere?
Of course. You're in Australia, you don't invert the compass. The southern hemisphere, north is still north. Northern hemisphere is still north, you know. No, you don't invert the compass in Australia. Yeah.
Okay, I've got another question, but this time maybe more to you personally.
Yeah.
Many people that spoke about you have said what a strong will and how determined you have been in the the build of ABC in Singapore. That you have gone through lots of obstacles. Just like you to perhaps tell us a bit more about that.
Oh. Okay, thank you for asking that. I will share my heartaches. Let's be honest, okay? We're all working in a Dharma center. We're dealing with human beings, right? So sometimes I say a Dharma center is sometimes become a drama center. Right? Sometimes a real drama center happens at the Dharma center, yeah? And that's where things get really difficult, yeah? But I think because if you are determined and you made up your mind that Rinpoche is giving you this project to do, and you need to do it, and you will do whatever it takes, regardless. Whatever problems you face, okay, you face it, you try and solve it, you manage it, but it's not going to stop you from completing this project, which has to be completed, yeah? So of course, we built ABC, and we had our share of heartaches, It took 4 years for the building to be completed, yeah? It started in 2003, it wasn't until 2007 we lay problem to the contractors and the internal politics of the management committee. It's very, very, very nasty. Yeah, the people will use the delay to try and fault me, to ooze me, so that they can take over the project. All this undermining, so many politics were just going on, but I didn't really bother because I just went ahead and just delivered what was supposed to be delivered. So then I opened the Gompa on 19th of May 2007. Rinpoche was there. I handed him a big key. All that criticism was silenced. You see, when things are bad, people add oil to fire, right? They make it worse for you, make it hotter for you to turn up the heat, right? When all is smooth and delivered, they were all, nice job. But that's just human nature, Calvin. We just have to live with it. Just try and manage the best as you can. Yeah. So because I think of my very, very strong faith in devotion of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, I've studied for 35 years. All the problems I had, that was not going to stop me from delivering what Rinpoche had advised. So every single project Rinpoche has asked to do, we have completed. Okay. We don't owe him any more outstanding projects. Yeah. So that's been my experience. Yeah. I've just really, actually, in my most difficult time, it was Lama Zopa Rinpoche that would send me a postcard, send me a message somehow. Oh, that really inspired me again. Gave me the extra energy, to really continue. Yeah. And when I had really big problem, I will always inform Rinpoche. I would say, this is the situation. Can you do something? What am I supposed to do? Give me advice. So it was actually my very special and close devotion to Lama Zopa Rinpoche that really enabled me to overcome challenge after challenge after challenge. All the things we've done in the ABC, I tell you, I am really deeply grateful to my Guru, Lama Zopa Rinpoche. I think without him, it would have been impossible to achieve so much in the ABC in such short space of time. Yeah. Really, it was my Guru devotion to him. Really, that really made everything possible. That's my secret. That's my secret. That's my devotion to Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Yeah. Yes.
Hey, is there anything that we can do personally, all of us, with the feng shui, like to elevate our chi in helping life and Chenrezig, but also just helping, like
on the personal level?
Tai Chi, yeah, on the personal level.
Yeah. How you can use feng shui to strengthen your chi so you can contribute better, work better? Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, for that, we need maybe a personal consult. We need to know your date of birth and time, where you sleep in your room, where you put your bed, where you put your desk, your sleeping directions. All this has impact on your personal energies. So we can really choose the direction of the bed, the desk, your work, to maximize the positive energy that you're going to get. So your output will be increased. We do that all the time for our clients.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to illustrate, when I'm doing a feng shui for an office, a corporate office, where I sit the CEO, it's not the most prosperous position where he can make the most money. I will sit him in a certain location in relation to his other employees and his key personnel, where they sit in his favorable sectors, that they will work harmoniously with the CEO, they will think of the interests of the CEO and make money for the CEO. So I advise the CEO, okay, you sit here, these are key people, sit down there, because these guys will think of you day and night to make money for you. Because in a company, it's not the CEO that makes money, right? He depends on the key personnel, right? The key staff, the salespeople, the project managers, So he sits in a position where his energy has a positive relationship with his employees. Those people will work for him very harmoniously. And he won't have problems with his staff. He manages them so easily, And they'll think of his interests, They get on the house on fire. That's how we feng shui a corporate office for the CEO. Just
going to keep going. There's back to just to clarify this question. So This is to do with where you put your head when you sleep. So in the northern hemisphere, it is best to put your head in the south.
No.
No, it's not. Okay. And this is the question. And so does that mean that when you're in the southern hemisphere, then you point your head to the north?
No. Okay. Our sleeping direction is based on your personal clock. Everybody has the year of birth, correct? For instance, what year were you born? 87. Okay, 87, you're fire rabbit, ting mao. Yeah, fire rabbit, 87, 8 and 7, 15, 1 and 5 is 6, 6 minus 10 is a 4. Your core number is a 4, correct? Yeah. If your core number is a 4, you got 4 good directions and 4 not so good directions. Of the number 4, let's say your healing direction is okay, core number 4. Your healing direction is to face south. If you sleep pointing south, you enjoy your natural healing direction. So it doesn't mean it has to be north, south, east, or west, north, south, hemisphere. It's dependent on your year of birth. Everybody has a different healing direction. So you need to calculate based on the year of birth. Like for instance, what is your year of birth? 8-3. 8-2 is a 10. Yeah, 10, 1 and 0 is a 1, 1 and 5 is a 6. So your core number is a 6. So your healing direction is actually pointing northeast. So if you sleep pointing northeast, you enjoy your natural body's healing direction. So it depends on your year of birth, not northern or southern hemisphere. That's how it works. Yeah.
How do you harmonize the?
Yes. 1981. 8 and 1 is a 9. 9 minus 10 is a 1. His personal number is a 1. Okay. His healing direction is to sleep pointing east, head pointing east. So if his bed is pointing east, he will naturally enjoy like self-healing direction. Energies. Yep. That's how it works. Yeah. Yes.
How do you harmonize the practice of Dharma and Fengshui together?
Okay.
How do you use them both in your life?
Okay. Fengshui and Dharma are completely different subjects, okay? We study the Dharma because on the spiritual path, the Buddha taught the Four Noble Truths about renunciation, and we cover all the virtues and ethics, we purify negativities, that we can transform our mind to a higher level, eventually become an enlightened being. Yeah. So Buddhism deals with more the mind training aspect. Our Feng Shui is a very material, very mundane subject. It has formulas to bring wealth, health, or relationship. Okay? But let's face it, in life, who doesn't need money? Can you exist without money? Yeah? Who doesn't like to have a good relationship? Who doesn't like to have good health? Are you able to practice Dharma well if you're poor, in bad health, doesn't have good family support? So I would say one complements the other. We use Feng Shui to enhance our material well-being so we can practice Dharma, right? Rinpoche would say, yeah, you're really practicing Dharma doesn't mean you have to live like a beggar, that's not the correct renunciation. Doesn't mean you got to sell everything and go live in the cave. It doesn't work. Buddhism deals with mind transformation, yeah? So there's no conflict. I think these two go hand in hand. What would be a Dharma center like if it was always poor? Impossible to operate, right? Yeah, you wouldn't be able to cover your expenses, you have to close down. But you have surplus, you're in abundance, there's so much you can do, so much you can spend on your members, so much benefits you can give to your members, so much charity you can do. So with money, definitely we can do a lot more good things, right, than without money. So I see no conflict. Yeah.
So in the northern hemisphere, would you want to face the north and look at the mountain? Or would it be the same that you look in the south with a mountain?
I would, in the northern hemisphere, I would recommend you face south and see a mountain. Southern hemisphere still the same. You face south and see a mountain. You receive the positive energy from that mountain.
In your experience as a Feng Shui master and deep Dharma practitioner, have you found that deep Dharma practice can mitigate poor Feng Shui decisions or poor destiny charts?
Okay. There is a layer in Feng Shui we acknowledge because spiritual energy. In Dharma, we deal a lot with spiritual energy. This is natural, divine spiritual energy that's not religious to Buddhism, Islam, or Christianity. It's universal divine energy. All of us have a mind. All of us have certain mental energies, capacities. Okay, we do use Feng Shui to mitigate some of the negative effects, yeah, maybe like illness. In Dharma, also we have pujas, right? To mitigate negative results. Pujas, an obstacle, clear obstacle with pujas. So I would say we work on different levels, but to get the same result. But religion uses, I think, a higher frequency of religious energy to create the results. Yeah. In Feng Shui, we use another frequency of energy to create maybe similar results. That's the way I would put it. Okay.
For instance, if we want prosperity, the Dharma way would be to be generous to others.
Yes.
The Feng Shui way is to face self.
Okay.
So wouldn't karma win over Feng Shui eventually?
Okay. Let me clarify this. Although we use Feng Shui is like a catalyst, right? It triggers something to happen. I've seen many clients. Some clients highly successful, immediate results, 3 days. Some clients, no result. Why? If your karma bank account is empty, the Feng Shui won't trigger off any good effects. So karma, practicing generosity, creating good karma is still important. No conflict, okay? Some Feng Shui works people instantly because that person got a huge bank store of positive energy. So I just need to trigger a little bit, boom, it comes flooding out. Some people empty the bank account, no positive energy, all negative energy. If I do the Feng Shui for that guy, sure, very little or very mediocre results. That's my experience. Yeah.
Perhaps last question. Anyone on the floor? No? Okay, last one on Zoom, and then we'll have to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please consider teaching a course. Actually, it's not a question. Please consider teaching a course on Feng Shui and date selection via Zoom.
Not possible. The date selection module is a highly technical one. I suppose can be done by Zoom, but the technicality, the formulas, the concepts of calculating auspicious dates is something highly complicated. It's not a subject we teach to beginners. I think for a beginner who's interested in Feng Shui, we can do the basic techniques like, simple 8-dimensional formulas, flying star formulas that can be applied. But to apply a Feng Shui technique, you need to know the date and hour to implement the technique. That requires a detailed study of date and time selection. That is a full study in itself. It takes quite a long time to master. So I don't think I'm in a position to teach a date and time selection course on Zoom. Not really possible. Sorry, I can't. Yeah, it has taken me many years to assimilate the knowledge, master it, and lay it out in a manner I can use in a practical manner, in a simple manner. The time I can explain to people in a simple manner they can accept. Yeah, so it's not something you can just teach like that. Yeah, it takes time to train somebody to be able to apply even those techniques effectively. Yeah. Yes, I've been in this subject for the last 18 years. My Master Joe Yap in KL, and I've learned so many things from it in the past. Just something I think I've got brain damage, a mental constipation. So you really need to you digest it, and slowly put it together, how you're going to use it effectively. It takes time, to master a subject. Yeah, that's my experience. It's a long journey to be a Feng Shui consultant, an effective Feng Shui consultant. To consult at the level I'm consulting now, with this insight to what I see outside, immediately, you're going to do this, yeah? That takes training. You can look at the same picture I look at, you will see nothing, right? You can look at this mountain, right? It means nothing to you, right? Because you're not trained what to look for. So a Feng Shui master needs to know what he's looking for and train to look for those landforms, those features, and know, this is what I must do. I got to align myself in this direction to receive the energy from that mountain. That takes experience and training to be able to do that. So it's not so easy. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, thank you. Colin.
So, no, I just want to say on behalf of everyone here and on Zoom and on behalf of Geshe-la and all the wider community who's going to benefit from you helping us. It's been unbelievably inspiring for me personally, I think for most of us, and there will be one more component that we can add to Rinpoche's endorsement and all the other lamas, and for just giving more belief and confidence and faith that this is something that we can all come together and really make something magnificent. And thank you so much for taking time out of your incredibly busy life and coming all the way from Singapore to here for us.
Thank you.
And
really, actually, my journey in Feng Shui started because Lama Zopa Rinpoche asked me to consult Master Yap when we were building a new temple. And that sparked off my interest in the study of Feng Shui. From 2002 to now, it's almost 20 years, more than 20 years. I have slowly evolved, and matured, from studying this subject because Rinpoche planted that seed in 2002, 21 years ago. So I can say we had to thank Lama Zopa Rinpoche, who really inspired me to study Feng Shui. And after 21 years, I'm really, really fulfilled. I'm really, really delighted, happy to be here, do Feng Shui for Chenrezig. I go to Songkapa, I do it for them. I go to Spain, I do it for them. Because I can see the impact, the result they have experienced. It's so unbelievable. So unbelievable. It's just an extra tool we all can use, whether we're students of the Dharma, we're in the Dharma Center, we're at home, we're running a business. These are just techniques, we can use to enhance our wealth, our health, our relationship. So really, no conflict of interest at all, right? With what we're doing in our lives. Absolutely, we're just richer if we know this technique, right? And we can reap the benefits so immensely, right? You just need to know how to use it. Thank you.
So, as you said, we're all connected, and so now we offer you open invitation. Whether you're in Australia, please visit, and when we have the new Gompa come,
of course,
please come and help us do the opening ceremony.
So of course, this is not my first and last visit. When the new Gompa starts, when we really start the construction, I need to come back to orientate the foundations when you start the construction to get it spot on right. Then you build.
Thank you so much.
And then in the process of the building, I need to come back. And when you install that main door, I will need to tilt that main door to Gompa. So I need to be back again.
Thank you so much.
So it'll be a long, long relationship I'll have with you. Thank you. A pleasure. Thank you. Maybe we dedicate the merit today. Due to this merit, we soon lantern the Guru Buddha to bring us sentient beings from their suffering. May the precious Bodhi mind, not the born, arise and grow. May the one in no decline and peace forevermore. May create the causes for our Guru to come back immediately and open our new temple. Thank you.